The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, good day. Today is Friday, December the 7th, and this is our Q&A webinar for BB. Just wanted to say it's been a fantastic week. A lot has happened and transpired over this week, and what a great weekend last weekend. All of us that came down from Canada experienced the very first BB World Tour down in Dublin, Ireland. We're going to be putting up some pictures and some more information about how things went on. And just want to say, special thanks goes out to Paul and Mick, the organizers of the event. And it was such a success. We really appreciate all the hard work and effort that went into it. I also have with me my assistant, who was really on the ball and took care of a lot of things down there. And from her perspective, she's going to say a couple words. One second.
Hi, good morning. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, cool. I'd just like to, first of all, introduce myself. My name is Bree. Special thank you goes out to Mick and Paul from Ireland. It was our first BB World Tour, and I can't really put it into words. What a wonderful, wonderful experience. They went above and beyond. Thank you to everyone who showed up, participation. It was an amazing room on Sunday, about 1,500 people. Accommodations were outstanding. The team just went above and beyond. Thank you so much. They certainly set the precedent very high for our future tours. And that's about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we also have a special guest. Mick and Paul are on the line, and they asked earlier on in the week if they're able to say a couple words. So go ahead, either Mick or Paul. Both of your mics are open.
Go on, Paul.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul McCarthy, and I just want to come on the call just to say a brief few words. It's been an honour to have the company come to Ireland for the first World Tour, and we did a lot of organising into the event, and I'm glad it went so well. A lot of questions were asked over the weekends, folks, about Banner's Broker, the longevity, what kind of company is it, and basically, folks, if you're on the call here for the first time, Banner's Broker is an incredible company. The people behind the company, Chris and Raj, are the most honourable people I've ever worked with in my life. And to see all the corporate team travel to Ireland and to meet him over the few days. The affiliates in Ireland want to say a big thank you to the corporate team, because they answered all the questions, they mingled with the crowd, they were very humble, and in Ireland the sales are absolutely gone through the roof. People is the only online advertising company that I'm aware of that have a corporate team that travel around the world to meet all their affiliates. And there was a lot of organising into the event, and I want to give Mick is on the call. I want to give a big thank to Mick for all his help, and also to my sister Yvonne, who's played a huge help in organising the event. So I hand it back to you, Chris, and a big thank you, and thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks, Paul. Thanks a lot. Okay, guys. So let's dig into the call here, and I'm going to close your mic, guys, just in case there's any background noise. Okay. So
Muted. Unmuted.
okay, so here we go. Updates for today. We have great news regarding the ID approval. We've actually just hired a fresh batch of ID approvers, and they will be starting on Sunday shift. What that means is we're going to chop down the existing IDs in the system until there's 0 to go, and meaning we are looking just for fresh IDs to come in. Okay, so we are on top of it. We've hired quite a few additional people to address the IDs that are pouring in. And the reason for the IDs coming in is just that we have so many brand new affiliates coming on board, and so many people who are uploading. So we're growing leaps and bounds. I announced in Ireland that we just surpassed the 265,000 mark, which is fantastic. We'll definitely surpass the 300 by the end of the year, and the future is looking absolutely bright. So with that, we need to grow as well on our side, and this is what we're doing. Okay, so one point I want to mention, there's a couple of features here. I'm looking at the e-wallet page, and there's a new tab called the funding logs. And what this is all of your actions to fund your account is now going to be in one page. What you've noticed before is that you'd have to scroll through multiple pages in the e-wallet that just has all transactions. It would be very difficult to find. Okay, so now we have it all on one page. Okay, so that's great. You can see that. Okay, now one other thing to mention is for the Allied Wallet credit card processing, Canada has been added to the whitelist. Now, for those of you who are not sure what this means, USA is currently on the whitelist. So what that means is that you have to be whitelisted, your ID has to be uploaded and on the whitelist in order to use your credit card. And the reason for this is because of the rampant fraud that goes on, and predominantly was the States. However, we do have a Bank of Montreal issue right now where there seems to be a lot of stolen credit cards, and people are using it in our system. So we have to take the proactive approach and make sure we have ID on file. And this reduces the possibility of fraud. It doesn't eliminate it, but it dramatically reduces the possibility. If you have ID in the system and you're using your credit card that matches your ID, most likely it's going to be good, clean transaction. That's what we're looking for. So how that works is that prior to you actually doing the transaction, what you'd have to do is attempt to do a transaction, and then call Allied Wallet, and then they will find you in the system, and they could then simply they'll make sure that you're on the whitelist, meaning that your ID has been uploaded, and they will then allow your email address and your card ID to actually go through, your credit card to go through. Okay, so it is a little bit of a delay, but it is necessary to combat fraud. One other point to mention is that we do have, and what I'll do in the meantime, I will add some of these notes here. Okay, so the first thing we talked about was new ID approvers were hired. Let me just make this larger. Okay. And the second thing we talked about was the new funding tab. Third thing was the Canada is added to the whitelist in order to transact. And the fourth thing is for UMS, which is another way to fund your account. We have to put certain limits in place, and this is limits that Use My Services has given us this week. So the maximum first time transacting, and this is this is all USD. So the maximum transaction for the first time is going to be $990 USD. Okay, and for once you've successfully done a transaction, you're able to spend $24.50 a day. Okay, and up to a maximum of $7,350 a week. Okay, and for those of you having issues in the last 24 hours using UMS, everything is okay now, and the transaction is back on track. Okay, that was offline for a little bit, but we added a few things in there to improve it, and we're back on track. So we were able to use UMS again. So these are the limits, guys. You need to respect the limits, and this is the warning message if you try to go above these limits, and we do take it very seriously. And this is the paragraph that you will see. The point I want to really highlight is that there is a zero policy in place. If you try to do a larger transaction, what happens is that it will be declined, and the bank and UMS do not want to see a large amount of declined transactions because obviously it looks like fraud. So you just cannot do it, and we have a zero tolerance policy in place for that. Okay, so if you do have these attempts, then your account will be closed, your package purchase will be refunded, and there will be no warning. Okay, so you must adhere to this warning message. Okay, on to the payouts. Solid Trust Pay was sent out on December the 6th, which was yesterday. So we sent out quite a bit through SDP. The next payout for Solid Trust Pay would be next Friday, and that will bring us closer to where we need to be. Keep in mind, guys, that we do have certain limitations with the batch file size, etc., with SDP. So it's getting very large now. So this is one of the reasons why we're moving away from paying out through SDP. But we will make that effort from now up until Christmas to make sure that you're able to get your money in SDP. BB cards, for those of you who are waiting, will see your first load. If you have multiple loads, you will see your first load today. Okay, so the cards will be loaded today, and your second loads will be loaded next week, third and fourth, each subsequent day if you have multiple withdrawals to the card. Okay, the maximum will be 4 a month. So if you have 4 loads going, you won't see them all at the same time. You see them one at a time. Okay, so the first load you will see today if you're waiting for the card. And this is for anybody up until the end of November. For the people who withdrew in the month of December, let me just pull up my calendar here. You will start to see that the week of the 17th up until the 20th. Now, one thing is we put in place here is we know that Christmas is around the corner, and we want to make sure that you're able to receive something, like for, if you're buying presents and whatnot. So we put a couple deadlines in place. In order to be paid by December 20th, which is prior to Christmas time, we put 2 deadlines in place. Any SCP withdrawal that took place prior to December the 5th will be paid out prior to December 20th. That doesn't mean that if you did an SCP withdrawal after December 5th that it won't be paid before the 20th. It's just that this is what we are committing to. Okay, so if we are able to do more, we'll do more, but we are committing to up until December the 5th. You'll be able to see it for up until December 20th in your SCP account. BB cards is a little more leeway, so you have up until December 14th in order to see your card loaded prior to December the 20th. Okay, so if you make a withdrawal between now and December 14th, your card will be loaded prior to December 20th. Okay, so those are the timelines I put in place. So those are the updates I have for you guys. Let's take a look at the questions here. And one question I see right off the bat is the USA payout. Okay, USA payout, you will see that would be the week of December 10th. And the reason why I say week of December 10th is because depending on the type of account you have, meaning if we've already paid to your account, it's already verified, then you will see it within a couple of days. If it's not verified as yet, it takes 6 days for the verification process, and then another 2 days to actually send. So this will be for verified bank accounts. And then this would be 17. For non-verified. Okay. Okay, so that's the timeline for USA. Okay, India, there will be a bank option we're going to try it one more time to do a direct bank deposit. Okay, we are going to try it one more time. And the reason being is that we know there's some challenges with Payza and STP, and there are even challenges with the bank as well, but we are going to do it again. For those people with, what we're going to do to make sure that we have the updated information is that we will reverse any of the Indian ones that are waiting, and then immediately after you submit your new request, then we will send that information to the bank. So that will happen during next week. Okay, so make sure that you're on the ball to get us the information. Go in, log in, and update your banking information so you are prepared, and make sure that it is as detailed as possible. You could even print it off and make sure that the bank agrees with this is the right information, because what we don't want to have happen is that we try to send it to you and it gets returned, or there's something wrong with your account number, etc. So make sure that it's accurate information, and we will make our best effort to get that money to you. Okay. Okay, the $15 a month for monthly subscription, as well as $100 a month for premium, that I believe has already started the beginning of December for your anniversary date. So if your date hasn't come yet, let's say if you bought a package on the 15th of the month a few months ago, then you'll see it on the 15th of December and so on. Okay, so that has already started. Okay. Okay, the payout questions I've already addressed. Okay. Okay, trying to upload notarized passport. It says this page is under maintenance. This should be able to go by the end of today. We are updating a few things, and this is to make sure that we're able to have our dozen ID approvers be able to work at the same time. So there is a little bit of work being done there. So this is on maintenance, but by the end of the day, that should be ready to go for you guys. Okay. Okay, I'd like to cancel two of the 4 monthly charter packs. How do I do it? That is, you would not be able to be. That is not possible. And I was writing in the answer for everyone to see. And the reason it's not possible, the charter pack is an ongoing commitment. And if you cancel, you're going to cancel all of them. Okay. Okay, a lot of the questions are news and approving IDs. We have a lot more people coming on board for that. Any news about SCP liquidations? I've already talked about that. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm just skimming through to see if I see anything new. Okay. And most of these questions are right in front of you on the screen already. How many times per month can we do bank withdrawals? It's a good question. It's unwritten rule that it is 4 times, but it's not in the system. It will be the new year. We will try to have more expectation as to what is happening in terms of when we pay out. So things are coming, as well as the BB prepaid card. Very, very soon that will be 100% automated process, so we're looking forward to that. Okay. Okay, database error. Because the site is under a lot of stress, you may see the database error message come up. Simply hit Control F5 several times, and that should go away. And that's just simply from the load on the server. Keep in mind, guys, that we do have something great planned to alleviate all of this. It's too much of a major change that we can't do it just yet. But we do have everything planned and ready to go for the new platform of what we're trying to accomplish here. Okay, so we are aware that you may see the database error, but it is a temporary thing. We know what needs to happen, and we're trying to get to that point. Okay. Okay. Hi, Chris. We saw David Hooker's presentation here in the UK during the week. It was a great acquisition to the company. Well done. When will his presentation appear in the back office? Great question. We're going to get up for you during next week, and we'll have it up for you in there. And I do agree, and I believe most people will definitely agree, if not all, that David Hooker has been fantastic for our organization and is truly a shining star, and he'll help us in the future to get into future countries and be our globetrotter. So, okay. Okay, a lot of the questions are repeating here. I'm trying to go through. Some people are asking what is UMS, and that just simply stands for use my services, and use my services is a new way to fund your BBE wallet. Okay, so use my services is a company name. Use My Bank is the actual feature that we're actually using to fund your BBE wallet. Okay, a lot of people asking about the U.S. bank withdrawals, and it's right there on the screen. Alternative payout system for India. We are looking at a few choices right now. Please bear with us. We will have, right now we're putting the direct bank deposit back, and we do have a few things that are going to take place in the first and the second quarter of next year. So we are addressing that solution for sure. We send out 1099s to U.S.-based affiliates. If you're being paid through GQ Media and is more than $600 in the year, then yes, you will receive a 1099. Okay, some people asking regarding some old Payza payouts. and we're going to put this at, let me see here, we'll put this at Monday, December the 10th for any of the older payouts that are still lagging behind. Keep in mind that some, if a payout hasn't been paid, if one of the main reasons is either account in a negative balance or if it was locked for a period of time, are the two most common. And if it's now in a positive balance and we're able to pay out, so we will go back and see what's left with Payza, and we'll do a payout shortly. Okay. Thanks for the great words, David. And David Long is just saying how great the BB World Tour conference it was, and he will be inducted into the BB Millionaires Club in Niagara Falls. So I look forward to that. How is the move to the new office going? It's going great. And for those, just to touch briefly on that, the company that we have contracted all of our support out to, which is Stellar Point, has moved into a brand new 15,000 square foot facility, and they're redoing the floors, the new kitchen, the new area for all the staff to work, new offices, and the production is coming along quite nicely. I'm going to see it myself this Wednesday, I believe. I'm going to be up there and take a look, and but I've seen pictures and things are coming together quite nicely. So there's a lot of money, time, effort has gone into putting together this new facility. Vans Broker is Stellar Point's largest client, and they've put forth the effort to make sure they're able to support us in what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. Is there a direct bank deposit for UK? Not this time. Okay, the Calcutta tour dates. We will be up on the site shortly, and the dates, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is February. Let me just pull up a calendar here. February 8th and 9th and 10th. So it's going to be that weekend in February 8, 9, and 10. So let me add that to my list there. Okay, so that's coming up very shortly. And after India will be Poland, and that's going to be later on in April. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, a lot of repeat questions. I'm trying to skim through to see if there's anything new here. A lot of the repeat questions, and it looks like we are coming up to the 30-minute mark. Last question here. Any plans for iPad and iPhone apps for BB? Great question, and I think with the future lies, one thing we may do first before we do an actual app would be a mobile version of the website. That way we'll be able to access stuff on the go, and we are looking to put together a lighter interface in order for the mobile version to use. The app itself, if we go down that road, we have been in talks, nothing too serious as yet, but it is something I'd like to see for sure. But we're going to try to do something in 2013 in that regard, because, hey, it's technology, so we got to stay on top of it. Okay, guys, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for all the great questions, and they keep pouring in. Tell Chris that I have him on video dancing with me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Isn't that something? Yeah, it was a great gala event, and yes, I think I danced with over 50 ladies. So it was fun. It was fun. Thank you so much, guys, for that great weekend. Thanks, BB. Thanks all the affiliates worldwide for the great support, and let's move forward. So with that, have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll talk to you all next week. Take care.